On March 26th this year, both traditional and social media were flooded literally with images of submerged roads and waterlogged businesses. Entire sections of the city were cut off, causing heavy traffic disruptions. The devastating downpour claimed 5 lives, destroyed property, and forced many Ugandans into an unproductive half-day, an economic setback that will inevitably impact the country's GDP.
If our GDP is $1,000 per person, if you look at it, it was $3 per person lost, on that day. There are people whose cars got damaged, but were actually collateral. So if my car is collateral for a loan and it's damaged, that's a direct risk. And there wasn't business happening at that time. We lost taxes.
Soon, financial institutions will be called to account for the projects they have funded to mitigate climate change as the pressure to take meaningful action grows.
Can we be intentional in tracking and reporting using data on which actual financing we are giving to this end? So I will tell you now that I may not have an exact figure, but everybody has started that journey. When the Bank of Uganda comes to you to talk to you to supervise and talk to you about what you're doing, this information will be required.
With Uganda's reliance on uncertain donor funding and a strict credit rating limiting financing, the country must explore other alternatives.
One area where we can mobilize resources locally is to get our minerals out. We have a lot of minerals that are needed to make electronics, to make all the things we are using around the world. And we don't want in Europe to buy a ton of carbon at 100 euros, in the US to 114 US dollars. But here in Africa, in Uganda, we paid only $12. No farmer will be willing to leave the trees to grow.
But we are also running short professional courses. For example, currently we are running what we call the Climate Adaptation Finance Professional Course, which is for policymakers, bankers, and everybody else in that sector, in those sectors, to learn about how to mobilize finance for climate finance adaptation.
Africa can only finance 10% of its climate change needs, yet this is a pressing and urgent issue affecting everyone. Ronana Habwe, NTV Business.